You've made it to Chiro Hustle Live. Sit back and learn from the greatest influencers in the profession. This episode is brought to you by Clothes for Chiro, Chiro Sushi, Barbara Eaton's 56-day chiropractic boot camp, California Jam, Move Well University, the Black Diamond Club, Pure Chiro Notes, the Chiro Dex app, Dr. Alok Trivedi, Chiro Spark, Chirogram, Chiropractic Wealth Management, 8 Weeks to Wellness, Integrative Freedom, and Element Mattresses. Let's hustle.
Hey guys, Jim Chester here with Chiro Hustle. I have Tim McFadden with the Chiro Dex app. We are talking all things tick. We are going to be hustling for the next 20 minutes or so. He's going to be telling you guys a lot of cool stuff about the Chiro Dex app and why they became what they are today and where they're going in the future. So Dr. Tim, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How about yourself, Jim? Looking good, man.
Hey, thank you.
You're supposed to say I'm looking good. What's up?
Hey, I was getting there.
Okay, all right.
You look good, man. That's living that chiropractic lifestyle, right?
That's right.
Or spending too much time in Mexico. I don't know.
Well, that helps.
Yeah, I think that was one of the big takeaways I had from CalJam was take off like vacation every 6 weeks or something.
Yeah. Well, it gets difficult sometimes because, you get so into what you're doing, your head's down, you're taking care, you're taking care of it. And I think that's one of the reasons that chiropractors aren't as good a patient as they are a doctor, is that, everything's in their mind about I'm taking care of people. I'm taking care of people. One of my favorite seminars, Dr. Robert Brooks from Oklahoma City, Tulsa, he does a seminar about taking care of people. And it's awesome because, it's like that's what it's all about. But at the same time, if you get so much into taking care of people, you forget that you're a people too, and you got to take care of me. And
you're definitely a people.
Yeah, definitely. And so yeah, that's a good thing to do. And I did some of that.
Yeah, that's good. I feel like I'm on a constant vacation because all I do is travel around and go to chiropractic seminars and meet awesome people. And yeah, so life is a big chiropractic vacation for me.
Yeah, that's okay.
But I'm a lot like you, I keep my head down and I work a lot and I make sure that I serve the community the way it's supposed to. I just have a larger global community at this point. And, that's really where you're going with the Chiro Dex app, right?
That's right. That's right. That connectivity is important. And, we use social media quite a bit, right? And I've gotten almost to the point where I'm like getting rid of family members. It's like, it's kind of my second cousin. We don't really need.
I don't talk to them.
Yeah, no.
I have their cell phone number.
Let me add another chiropractor so we can talk. Talk shop, talk tech, and but with Chirodex, it's the same kind of thing. Is having that not only a resource for people to actually serve their patients better by finding a chiropractor in a particular area for their patient, but also kind of keeping that connectivity with docs across the country and across the world. So that's kind of one of the things we want to do with it.
That's really cool. So let's talk about the why. I know you just mentioned a few ideas why the Chiro Dex app is in existence, but why did you think that this was a good idea, and where are we right now with it?
Sure. Well, I'm wondering if it is a good idea. I think it's a good idea, but so initially it came about. I'll back up to really where I started to get the idea. There's I'm an upper cervical doctor, and there's an upper cervical company that has a directory for their members, and all of them are upper cervical doctors. And then, it's a glorified Yellow Pages. It's not super cool, but they have like all these different levels of hey, you can have your name, You can have your phone number, or you could have your name, your phone number, and a nice little picture of yourself, or maybe a video or two. And so they have all these different levels of like membership into this glorified Yellow Pages. And I saw that and I thought, that's a cool idea, because who uses Yellow Pages anymore, right? We've created such a small world because of the internet, because of social media, that wouldn't it be better to have some sort of a digital source? Oh, I just yanked my earbuds out of my ear. Okay.
This is live television, folks.
Oh, you know what? That's okay. Quit talking with your hands. But anyway, I that was the initial thing that kind of spurred me into thinking of the idea. But then, as phone apps started to kind of dominate the sphere, it's like, hey, you got an app for that. You got an app for that. I thought it'd be cool to kind of have an app that is a directory of sorts for chiropractors. When you combine that with the fact that I started seeing on social media, in particular Facebook, where all these doctors are saying, hey, I need a tour here. I need a principal chiropractor in Bethesda, Maryland, and all of these people relying on their social network. Now, some chiropractors have 5,000 friends, right? But not all of them do. So, if you have 100 friends and you're looking for a chiropractor for a practice member who's moved or is on vacation somewhere, good luck with that. And I noticed that they're putting them in groups also, where maybe they're going to get a little bit better exposure. But I thought, gosh, why limit yourself to just your circle of influence in social media? Why not have something that's limitless? And so that's kind of what really prompted me, hey, let's give this a try. It looks like people are looking for chiropractors for their patients, so why don't we give them a nice resource where they could do that?
Yeah, and that just really made my, I said this earlier today to Pete Cavino. I'm like, if I took my earphones off, there'd be smoke coming out of my ears, because I was just turning so many gears thinking about what you were saying. I just came up with possibly one of the greatest membership pushes for you while you were saying that is get everybody that's going to sushi something as a marketing token for them to sign up for one of your free 2 weeks. And everybody that gets registered with sushi gets that as a gratis gift from you. I think that could definitely bump up your enrollment, and it would give people a point of access right away to join in with the ChiroDex app.
Yeah, sure.
And I think that because we're samurais of the Chiro Sushi group, that might be a good thing for one of us to spend our call on Tristan this week.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great group too. I tell you, it's a fantastic group of people who really there seems to be this brotherhood, and there's sisters in there too. But a real connection of, hey, let's see what we can do to better this profession, and not necessarily do it for our own gain, but do it for the profession's gain. And I love that. And that's kind of the same drive that is behind ChiroDex. Is I want to provide a resource. And I think that the value that I'm adding to it makes it a pretty cool little tool.
So let's talk a little bit more sushi, but first, before we talk sushi, who is the ChiroDex app for? Let's just let people know exactly what you're looking for. Let's give a recommendation for who it's for and how they can get on board too.
Okay, sure. So I think the app itself is for any chiropractor who wants new patients, or wants to find good for their own patients who, are moving or have family members that are like, for the family members of a practice member who doesn't live here, right? So, if you consider yourself a good chiropractor, which I hope that's everybody listening, then you value good chiropractic, then I think it's a great tool for you to use, not only for your own benefit, but also for the benefit of your patient and their families.
So that's kind of how you recommend people to use it. You recommend them. No, I think that, letting people know exactly how easy it is to use and the premise behind why they're using it, I think is a good lead in for people to actually use it. And I think that's where we're both at with trying to onboard people to use ChiroDex, is for them to know why it exists, for them to know who it's for, and then let them to know, how easy it is for them to integrate with it. So if they wanted to do it, what do they have to do that?
Well, the best thing, I'll link in this live video, but to me, the best thing to do, go to that has to actually download the app.
Let me see if I can put the website on the here.
Say again.
I'm going to put the description, and I'll put it on. I'll put it on. I'm still here.
Okay.
So we're going to show this.
Up a little, and my picture down here in the corner looks beautiful. Here's not so much.
Chirodex.com. So I put the web address on the screen.
Chiro exactly. Perfect. You got it. Yeah. And so right now, the only downside to the app is the fact that it is an app, and it's on just on the iPhone operating. That eliminates some people. The idea was to then move it to also the but I think in the future, my next iteration is going to be a non-platform version that is more of a web-based that will work really well with the mobile devices and whatnot. So, and make it a little bit easier to expand and add some features that aren't currently in the existing app. So right now, you have to go to the iTunes store or the App Store and download it for your iPhone. But in the future, very soon, it's going to be coming to the web and being a lot more accessible to everybody.
You've made it to Chiro Hustle Live. Sit back and learn from the greatest influencers in the profession. This episode is brought to you by Clothes for Chiro, Chiro Sushi, Barbara Eaton's 56-day chiropractic boot camp, California Jam, Move Well University, the Black Diamond Club, Pure Chiro Notes, the ChiroDex app, Dr. Alok Trivedi, Chiro Spark, Chirogram, Chiropractic Wealth Management, 8 Weeks to Wellness, Integrative Freedom, and Element Mattresses. Let's hustle.
That's cool, man. I know that you have a lot of things in the works. Are there any nuggets besides what you just mentioned that you'd like to share with people where you're looking down the line to implement?
Facebook has kind of, for me, shot itself in the foot a little bit with some of the, some of the changes that they've made recently with regards to business. They came out with this idea that, hey, we want Facebook to be more of a social network. And that, I get it. That's the way it started out. it started out as a social network in colleges, right? And then it got away from them. All of a sudden it became bigger than they ever thought it was going to be. And then, all of a sudden you have people, running businesses off of Facebook and advertising. And now it sounds like they're taking a step back and, hey, let's go back to the origin and make it more social. Which I think is, for me, it sucks a little bit, because but it's not going to any longer, because that's one of the things I want to do is I want to take advantage of that and make Chirodex kind of take over some of the pieces that Facebook is abandoning. So have it be more of a social network, business network tool for chiropractors.
Yeah, and what I see is also with Facebook is they're giving priority still to live. They're still allowing people to be effective with their ad spend when they start doing like sponsored ads. So they haven't pushed the chiropractic marketers out of the zone. They haven't actually, just from like organic exposure, if people don't comment and interact with your post, it's dead.
Yeah.
So whether it's business or personal, that it has a shelf life of about 10 minutes.
Right. So that's one of the things that I'm going to build into the next, version 2.0 of Chirodex is have it, because it already has, a social media aspect to it. I'm going to build on that a little bit heavier. And that we talked earlier before we got on the air about, adding value. And that's really my big thing with this app is, it's like every time I sit down and brainstorm about, how to make the app better, it's always about making it better, not about making more money with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, it's so easy to think, hey, maybe I could do this and add this to it, and and monetize that, or monetize this, and all of a sudden it becomes a lot of value, but the bang for the buck changes, right? And I want it to be the best bang for the buck, and I want it because I want it to be used. I think it's going to be a tool that people will be able to use frequently and really enjoy. But if nobody wants to get on board, and if costs becomes a prohibitive factor, then it's not getting used. I want it to be used.
Yeah, so I think where you're going with it is a really smart path. I know you have a lot more things that are coming to the market that people don't know about, and we're not going to talk about that right now. But I feel like we gave a little teaser there for people to know that we're going to get more social with the Chirodex app, and people are going to be able to interact with people on a different level in the near future. And I think all those things are really cool. So yeah, man, I'm excited for the path of where you're going. So let's switch gears before we jump off, and let's talk a little bit about where you're going to be. And you're going to be at Chiro Sushi. We had an earlier segment here about the sushi tribe and the samurai and all that off camera. But now that we're going to wrap up, let's just talk a little bit about what you're looking forward to a little bit at the Chiro Sushi Group.
Well, the first Chiro Sushi I was there as a vendor, and I couldn't stay away from being inside and listening to the speakers. It's kind of like, oh yeah, I have that booth out there. Okay. We'll have to let the booth slide a little bit. But one of the things that really drew me to it was, there are a couple of things. Number one is this kind of spirit of camaraderie, the team. It was like none other experience I'd had at a seminar. And I've been to some good seminars and conferences, but it just seemed like there was this outpouring of love for everybody. It was just this love fest. It was pretty cool. I really enjoyed that. And the other thing was Tristan. the dude he's a genius. But not only that, he's just a good guy. You know what I mean? I mean, he's just like, there were so many times here I was just a vendor. We didn't know each other, much. I swear it seemed like every time he walked by, he'd come by, give me a hug and say, "Hey, is there anything I can get for you? Anything you need? How can I make this experience better for you?" And I thought, whoa, that just doesn't happen. But then, he started up the Samurai. Well, first of all, just the Kara Sushi a group. And so I joined that, and it was just like he was giving, just keeping, never sleeping, giving. I thought, this dude's a maniac. So then I found out about the Samurai, and the Samurai, I got on the phone with him, and he was telling me, I said, I'm interested in this Kara Sushi Samurai. What's going on? He says, well, here's what we do. This is what it costs, and this is what you get for it. And he's like, he continues talking about is what I get for my money. And I'm like, are you going to stop? I mean, it just kept coming. I'm like, gosh, okay, I've heard of value, but my gosh, I thought that's ridiculous. It's a no-brainer. So I signed up. And so I'm really excited for sushi in summer school in June in Vegas, if you can get excited about going to Vegas in June. But I'm really excited, to renew some friendships, but also, I mean, the guy, he brings the best, man. And so there's going to be some great speakers, and I'm looking forward to just having a blast in Vegas, because that's what it was the first time when I was a vendor, and now this time I'm just going to go and enjoy, not going to be a vendor, not going to have a booth to worry about. I'm just going to eat it all up.
Yeah, I think the hard thing is going to be where to focus your attention, because there's going to be so much going on. And I think that finding the times that you can actually take time to get away and not miss something will be a big thing. So, I think
that's a city that never sleeps. So, well, New York, it's the west version of the city that never sleeps.
we have a comment coming in. I can't wait to meet you someday, Tristan Elshab, biggest fan.
So is Kat talking about that she can't wait to meet me, and then she's saying, I'm trying to read into that one.
We have to read between the lines. I think Tristan is taking over our show.
Yeah. No, it's Tim, not Tristan. I like Tristan too, and I'm a big fan as well. But
I'm
looking forward to that. It's gonna be a good time.
We've been.
I know you're going as well.
Yeah, I think that anybody that jumps into the Samurai or Chiro Dex or supports Chiro Hustle, I think that we're all on the same wavelength of really bringing the conversation to the a new standard. And I think that when you have good referral, you have good tribe, you have good media promotions, I think we're all going in the right direction with that group. And I think you coming on as a vendor last year was a smart move. That was the first time we met. And I think that, it brings people together that might not see each other otherwise, even if it's just for a brief moment. Sure. It puts like a hand in a hand and gives us a chance to shake hands and have a conversation in the hallways, or see somebody that will enlighten us. Seeing Charlie Ward last year just blew me away. I never seen him before. And, actually spending time with the Chiro Sushi gang and being on the social media panel, that was so cool that Tristan saw that much value in me to let me come up and be on that panel with Jeffrey Langmaid and Billy Sticker, Nicole Cowley, and, just being able to be one of those people up there talking about chiropractic and the marketplace and what to do if you want to get more exposure. And, I thought that was a really cool addition that he brought on top of all the dynamic speakers like Grant Cardone. And, we can go on and on about how impactful the event was. But let's close out. Is there anything I didn't ask you that you'd like to share with the people out there?
Phew. No, we've talked a lot about a lot of different things. One thing that I guess we didn't talk about is, if any of you guys out there have questions about the Chirodex app, we talked a little bit about it today, and I've made a lot of Facebook posts about it, and we've it's been out there. But if you have any questions about, what is it really, what's its intent, go out onto the Chirodex Facebook page, or just message me, because one of the things I'm really open to, I always have been, is input. It's like, I have this idea and I thought it was a pretty good idea, and so I get it out there. But I know that there are a lot of people, a lot of minds out there that are a lot more creative than I am, and they say, well, have you ever thought about doing this or doing that? I mean, you and Jim and I have talked prior to it even being out about how we could do a little differently and whatnot. And so I love getting ideas. I welcome them.
So I'm going to leave people with this. What's in it for me? Everybody wants to know what's in it for me when they do anything. So what's in it for you? If you jump onto the Chirodex app, you become a member of a referral network where you get new patients. And who doesn't want that in the chiropractic world? At one point, I worked with Doc, and he said, we need more new patients, more new patients, more new patients. And if you want more new patients, log into the Chirodex app, become a member, and then you become easier to be referred to on the platform with all these other amazing doctors.
Yeah, and they're already screened patients, right? They're already patients who want chiropractic. You don't have to sell them anything. Just being it's and getting the recommendation from somebody that another chiropractor, it's a slam dunk. So yeah.
And if you can brand anything, you can brand new patients to chiropractors, man. That's one thing that never gets old. And,
That's right.
Our good friend with Kids Eating Broccoli, Brad Elliser, just says, I love new patients. And then he says, hi, I know you guys. So I'm just going to do a quick rundown and say hello to the people that chimed in with us and left us a comment. Kat Sarah says, I can't wait to meet Tristan once again. Love Tristan. And then we had Randy Johns with the Happy Healthy Guys that said, what's up, gentlemen? I just want to say what's up to you, Dr. Randy. I've been on the Ketabolic deal, the Happy Healthy Guys program for 4.5 days, and I'm already down 12 pounds. So,
see, now when I complimented you on how good you look, there you go. See, I didn't even know this.
Yeah, he's got me on this intermittent fasting thing, so I'm not eating until noon, and it's pretty cool. I work out every day like a beast, and I'm just getting after it, man. And I'm dialing in my busy times and figuring out how to get more time off, and it's pretty cool. When you start taking care of yourself and watching what you drink and watching what you eat, all the gains are made in the kitchen, I hear. So that's where I'm at. But yeah, man, Tim, thanks for joining me today on the Chiro Hustle sponsorship cast. It's been a lot of fun just chit-chatting with you and getting current with you. I'm looking forward to the rollout that you're doing over the next couple months with making the decks more social. And man, I hope you have a blessed rest of your day, and I can't wait to connect soon.
Always a pleasure.
Cool, man. We'll see you.
All right, later.
Yep.
Thank you for listening to Chiro Hustle Live. Don't forget to subscribe and check back next week to continue hustling.